the lawyer, it improved it, and I was happy about it. And the basketball and running were what I didn't do running until I was 35 and hurt my knee, and it just the science of the sweat, like the study of it, fell into my lap, and the law was a perfect piece to it because it was using facts and analyzing them and presenting them to people, and a little luck was in there too. Like I said, this is an oversight. I mean, how can we not be talking about blood capillaries feeding outlets in the body? How can we not be talking about that? How can we not be talking about that when sugars, salts, and metals are causing cancer, diabetes, and heart disease by clogging the arteries? And this makes so much sense. It answers all the questions, doesn't it? I mean, if you had something that you had to use your force of your own body like an hour a day, and it's not easy. So my friend was like, people don't want to do that, Giacomo. I'm like, well, you know what? They may not want to do it, but if they can get convinced that it's their life and the quality of, I'm sure they'll do it then. It's really like this. If you have a nice car, machine, does anybody run it to the ground without changing your oil, doing necessary maintenance? Nobody. This is what you're doing to your body. If it's water-based, and God made us water-based, and everything's water-based, and the blood and cellular it integrates, and there's a process that I'm not making up, that when you run, you start to sweat, and there's, and all those waters come out of you, and your heart's pounding at 160 now. You just look at the facts. The heart is 100 per minute beats per minute. Now it's 150, and there's all this water pouring out of me, and there's blood connections to hoses, and pretty much common sense that was occurring here, isn't it?
How do you take this program and adapt it to different people? Right. Some people are more active than others. Some people, like you said, you started off in law, so you were probably more sedentary at that point. How do you take this and convince people that this is for them?
And I just want to state that how it all happened is it happened. I backed into it. I was running. I felt good, and then it felt to me like ultimately, God picked me for this mission, is what I feel like. And then I just wanted to say the law piece, I keep pushing that because it does make me analytical. So how do I get this to other people's lives? Exactly. That's a great question. That's the question I want to hear, because people probably could be listening right now and saying, this is a real thing. This is a study of the manipulation of your bodily water. This is a very, very big thing. I've always loved science. Like I have stories in my book. I used to bring an apple to my science teacher, answer all the questions. I don't know why. I just loved science. Didn't go for it. Now I know why. I love science, but I'm not a scientist. Fine. But I love to run, and I have a law degree, and now this whole analysis fits together like a lawyer and facts. So how do you get it? Is like people need to understand. Go look at my diagrams. Go buy the book. Look at the blood connections. You'll get a realization of something, that you're a machine. And you've got an asset in you, in your bodily water. You can create rainstorms. And it's funny enough, rain and sweat have similar content. They have heavy metals, sodium. This is what you're doing. You're taking tsunami in your body and forcing out rain. And the contents of that rain are bad for you. What is the question? The problem is people have not learned to manipulate the metrics. You got to get past an hour, because you got to let this vacuum cleaner run. You just don't. People are on a treadmill. They tell me all the time, I get off in 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, well, why? You start warming up and then you just stop? I mean, you can tell your coach you don't want to play the fourth quarter. You wouldn't do that, would you? If you're a star player, you want to play in the fourth quarter, right? People are stopping in the second and third quarter when they stop for 40 minutes. That's what I'm trying to get to people. This is an extreme workout. I get it. But there's a benefit to the extreme workout, and it ties into the science of your body, and it's all fact. I mean, if I'm asking you to draw out 33 ounces of water, 1 liter, and you got 40 in your body, and you're only allowed to sweat about 2 liters because it's 2% of your body weight. So you're taking half the amount of water you're allowed to take out, and it's carrying physical matter out. Who cares about the blood connections? I left them out of my book in the beginning. I thought that was good enough. Tell everybody, find a way to do something. Chop wood for an hour, garden hard, run. If you can't run, do it with the thing is about it is learning to manipulate the time frame of the power cycle and get that in your life for 68 minutes. To buy into the 33 ounces. It's a reverse vitamin, I call it. A reverse vitamin by extraction. I'm the only guy in the whole market in the world talking about what you get out of your body with the water base as opposed to what you put in. Everybody's obsessed with drinking water. What does that do for you? It adds more elements and doesn't. Your biosystems are where the metals are trapped. Your urine system, your brain, your heart and lungs, these are where all these metals get trapped. Yeah, you can see. So what I'm trying to say is, it's all about learning yourself, what your strengths are, and finding an activity you can manipulate your body and get it to extract this water easily by just controlling your heart rate, going high, low and sustaining it for a time that it's relevant. Okay, and when you get into that and you get hooked on this, because what it does, how it makes you feel. I mean, the endorphins, number one, about past an hour. This is why I talk like this at Powercycle. I can't stop talking. It's like I need to be on stage with a mic, and so I can relax with my audience. I just want to. I really want people to just understand that this is a real magical tool. This is a magic wand from God, and I keep mentioning God because when you see the diagrams, you're going to see that this is a higher design. Period. I mean, you can't have blood capillaries surrounding a hose like it's a lifeline. And please raise my pressure so I can squeeze some water out and let it out. People are just annihilating their bodies without doing this. This is sad. It's sad. You got an outlet surrounded with blood capillaries, and then next to it you have a hair follicle, artery, and veins. What do people do? They leave the one you can control and take out as much metals out, shut by not running and sweating, and then you let their hair at a fixed biological pace, let the blood feed all its toxins to the hair and nails. Yeah, great, and skin. We know how toxins are moving body, hair, nails, skin, nails, and sweat, but no one takes the one that you can control and do unlimited, which is the sweat canal, the open pores with the blood connection, which has been overlooked. Again, I understand that, but nobody's brought it to attention. This is what I'm trying to do, is like, I'm going to hang up the phone, let you guys try to debate this and come back to me. I don't understand why this is not at the White House being talked about right now. If it's causing everybody to death. Who cares about the deep state, no people with money? We can't. You're going to die. This is for everybody. This is like your body, your car. You don't want to know a feature in your car. I mean, this is what I'm saying about the government. Everyone wants to promote medicines for everything. I mean, yeah, alternate medicine sucks, but you know what? When it's revolutionary power cycles, there's fundamental science and basic knowledge about your own body. I am sorry. This is no lobbyist, no power. This is something that needs to be elevated, debated, and concluded, and so we can all start to benefit from it. You understand? When
you talk about various different exercises and activities you can do you outline that in the book? Is there sort of an exercise and how much you lose, how many minutes you have to do? Talk a little bit about what the system is for people and what that would look like if someone wanted to try this out.
I love that question. I love it. Some people in here, a lot of people go to the gym and work out. Guess what? 99 out of 100 of them are not doing the power cycle. They sit there, push some weights, 20 minutes, they break a little sweat. They're not running or force it. So, hey, those people are relevant. People who are novices, never worked out. I can't run. I got something for you. And I got people that are pros. They're already maybe running 4 or 5 miles. They need to push it to 6. So basically, I've had stuff I added in my book. No matter what you are, you can do. I can help you run. As a matter of fact, if you can't even walk well, I can have you lay in a block and put your legs up. And I've created a power cycle run laying on your back. And it's incredible. I was doing it, say, for 15 minutes, and I felt like I ran a mile. And I'm good at it. And I was just basically sweeping my legs in the air. It's amazing. And that's for someone who says I can't run. Then we got the person who can run, and I teach proper running form like the marathon runners know about. Head up, shoulders square, feet in front of you. Anybody who's not doing that can't run. They have pain in their knees and legs. Once you learn that, you can run forever. You don't even get tired. I teach that in my book. I tell people, if you can walk, you can run. If you listen to the proper running form, which I have in my book, head up, shoulders square, feet in front of you. But it takes all the pressure off your lower body. It makes you into like a bicycle. Your legs just, I can't explain it. Just try it. It's a professional marathon tip. And so we can get people who think they can't run, but they can walk. We can do the novice program and have you running 3 to 5 miles in 6 months with ease. Because my program is a walk-run program, Tomas. So 90% of people out there can walk. And if you can walk, then you can do my power cycle. It involves walking and running. The only difference is how conditioned you are. Obviously, I do minimal walking and nowadays. I run 7 miles in 70 minutes. I stop for 10 seconds a few times, my point is that gap stops. But in the beginning, you might be walking 45 minutes out of 68 minutes. But what's stopping you to doing 68 minutes? That's the problem I have. It's just like, there's so many reasons why I don't have time. It's just, you don't have the knowledge to what it can do for you. It really is what the problem is. And that's what I'm here for. And that's why I'm excited. And that's why your listeners, they probably think I'm nuts by now, but they really should pick up the book because science is what matters. Facts is what matters, right? So we're water, And yeah, so we have different exercises, and anybody who can walk can run because it's a walk-run program. The rule is you run till you're tired, you walk till you're not. Just go to a track and do that. You'd be amazed, and don't quit the time limit, 68 minutes. You'll be amazed at the end of 68 minutes, you probably will have walked and run 3 miles if you're a novice. And anybody average probably 4.5 miles in a walk and run, even as a medium novice. Me and anybody else, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles is easier when you're conditioned. You understand my point? Is like, we're going back to biblical, where they used to walk a lot. I'm going to ask you to walk then. And then give me a few little bursts, like you've got your keys in the car. I put it in the book, you know? That's what I'm asking you to do. If you can't do that, well, if you don't want to think you can do that, then maybe we got to lay in the block, keep the legs around. But please, the sauna, it's going to get a little lead and nickel out. It's not creating a tsunami in your body through activity and your own natural blood circulation, you know, increasing and like a natural process. You know, you don't want to do that. It's like a, you know, it's just raising your heart rate, you know, in an irregular way. It's too deep. It's just to create a little sweat. It's not healthy. No, it's not healthy at all. I don't do it. I go in 5 minutes. And one time I went to study it for 20 minutes. That week I felt irregular heart rate 5 days later. And I put it in my book. I wrote a post about it. Please don't do it. I'm actually thinking people can have heart attacks staying too long in the sauna. So it's not a good shortcut, but, you know, it gets the little metals out, but it does not doesn't piggyback the power of your existing blood circulation. You understand what I'm saying? Right now, all our blood circulation is jet stream. You understand what jet stream is? It's like that. It's fast. It's going like milliseconds fast. Yeah. That's what the power is. What are we doing with that power? The power cycle is doing something with that power. It's the only thing that can do something with that power by elevating it and forcing this process to occur, which the cell's tissues, the cell water is released into the blood vessels through pressure and eventually goes out the pores through pressure. This is what I'm trying to get science to acknowledge. Once they do, people will force the activity like brushing their teeth, and we'll have a healthier world. And and relevance is it. All the hospitals fill up now, throw mercury and blood, vials into the oceans. Mercury, the world will end if we don't get it with health. Pharmaceutical things, you know what? We're on a bad track with healthcare control and things. Look at our healthcare system. It's ridiculous. Why shouldn't we have 5 out of 10 people dying of cancer instead of 9 out of 10? Can these mother blankers of the pharmaceuticals get that through their heads? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say. The point is, they almost like the fact that 9 out of 10 people die out of that. They don't want to bring it down to prevention. This is a prevention tool, guaranteed. When it's all said and done, and the jury is out, when the deliberations are finally done with this case, and all facts come out, and Giacomo's right, and Powercycles was right, you'll know the relevance then, okay? You'll know that we're not supposed to be dying and aging the way we are. We're supposed to be living closer to 200 years old, just like biblical times. We're supposed to be thriving, and we're supposed to be happy. We're not supposed to have friends and aunts and uncles dying at 55, 60 of cancer, heart disease. I'm sorry, but it happened to me, and I see it all the time, and it's got to stop. And I don't care. I'm very confident that I have the news on it. This is not a Nobel Prize anymore. To me, they're going to become a new prize, like a super Nobel Prize, because, you don't knock 9 pins down. Diabetes, sugars, salts, high blood pressure, heavy metals, cancer, and fats, triglycerides, causing heart disease. And they never said sugars and fats are in sweat. I am, because they're all there, and all the other things, and all one process. How powerful is this? I mean, all one process. One process, 1 hour, 1 liter. Wow, I'm amazed too. Anyways, I don't know. I'd like you to go on to another question because, I get excited.
It's okay.
I mean, Tomas, what do you think about unrecognized, untheorized, unpopular blood connections to open pores on your body? What do you think about it? The fact that it's never been talked about, never been debated, never been theorized other until now. What do you think about it? And then the contents of sweat that are factually, scientifically proven, having lead, sodium, nickel. So if it's factually got these things, and it's factually good for your blood, and it's a hose, and your organs are the largest carriers of water, and people, who do I need to back me up? Clearly not the government. They don't care if I tried to apply for grants, but you spelled your name wrong in that column, like 3 times. So I swear, applying to law school was 10 times easier than trying to apply for a grant at the National Institute of Health, which is owned by our government. It's pretty sad. I don't want to get into that. I really don't.
Well, what I will suggest is our listeners do the same thing I intend to do, and that is pick up a copy of this book because I'm actually really interested in this. But I want to ask you, you've mentioned several times God in this, and what I find